that we can talk about, and his name is Derek Ernest Percy. And he has a few similar features to the Glen Elk sketch of the composite of the potential abductor. But overall, though, I don't think that he is the strongest match. I might even think that Harry Phipps is a stronger match for the Beaumont abductor, who is called the Glen Elk Man. But Derek Percy, as I'm citing the Tides of Death here, he was born in 1948 in New South Wales, and he had all the classic signs of a future serial killer. He was obsessed with explicit material, dresses, and children. And, by 1969, he was a Navy recruit. But, like, in the early 1960s, that is some reason for cause. I mean, like, there's some cause for suspicion if you actually were able to place him somewhat nearby. But like ultimately, it seems like he was somebody who might match some of the profiling issues. But let's just have like a little bit more of a glance here. Derek Percy was very high profile. This meant that any case that could be tied to him would be brought up and investigated. Percy was also found to have told people that he was at Glen Elk Beach on the very day, and was eventually concluded that no other child killers or offenders were at the beach that day. Oh, no, they cannot say that. How on earth can they say that? That it was concluded that no other child killers were at the beach that day, therefore, no, they don't know that. I don't care what type of investigation they are conducting. They are not able to say something with that level of extreme precision. So, ultimately, though, Percy was in the area at the time. He matches the sketch to a certain degree. He was fascinated by both genders of children. Well, that's a stronger point than what I said for Mr. Cruel, who targeted girls, where you would have 3 children that went missing. And there is a comment that I'll make about that in just a second. And Derek Percy was very intelligent. He would know how the brain of a child works. He was also somewhat of a thief, and the Beaumont children had their money stolen, and the Glen Elk Man offered to help them find their money, and even offered them a way home. That could have been the ruse that was set up. And Percy was likely the person who stole their money and then created the situation to get leverage out of them. But Ultimately, he was 18 years old at the time, and he was 17 years old, turning 18 in 1966, so he was actually just shy of his 18th birthday, and the Glen Elk Man was described as being in his mid-30s. Now, does this rule him out? There's actually a statement here in the Tides of Death that says, absolutely not. An 18-year-old can be mistaken for a 30-year-old. Yeah, things like that can happen, but, a fact is a fact. The killer was described as being in his mid-30s, and this guy was 17 years old, about to turn 18, I would actually say that that's a strike against him.